Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Oh, it's late on a Sunday night, and we just got done watching what I will probably call one of the better, well-rounded pay-per-views of the year. I absolutely will call it that. And as we get into this, folks, as I get done filling all my tabs up here, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. And wherever you're watching from, thank you. Whether it's on the YouTube or on the Twitch, all the social links are in the description of the video. And as I go through this, by all means, folks, let me know what you thought of this show as we get into this. Global Wars is here. Zach Bonifer's into Twitch. Christopher, what is up? I mean, there was a little bit of everything in here. We got some surprises. We got some hardcore action, with the weapons and everything. We got some great women's wrestling. We got some tremendous tag team stuff. I mean, if whatever you wanted, it was in this. And that's why this is still one of my favorite brands today, along with Impact Wrestling. There you go. All the more reason to sub on the Twitch. You get the emotes. I know I got to get some more emotes on there. I've got the logo on there. Zach Bonifer's showing that off. Thank you very much. So, God, where do we start with this? Well, let's just start with the beginning. Serena Deeb, I unfortunately can't say anything about this match because I missed it. I was in the process of making dinner, but I saw that Serena Deeb did retain her NWA Women's title against Riho. I am gonna go back and watch that sometime this week because they deserve it. They both are tremendous women's wrestlers, and I'm looking forward to watching that. It was weird though because the pre-show that was playing on my cable box is not what was on the socials on YouTube. It was different. I mean, it was similar content, but it was different. It was I don't know. Unless I just had it lined up wrong time-wise. Maybe it was the same. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. So Double or Nothing 2021 is in the books. We start out here on the main pay-per-view with Brian Cage versus Hangman Adam Page. And I'll say this. Those two had a match that basically said, hey, follow this. Because it was damn good. In my professional podcasting opinion, I will say this is probably the best match that I've seen out of Brian Cage. I mean, he looked like a star here. He really did. And that's not to say anything negative about Hangman Adam Page. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Hangman Adam Page match, honestly. He always looks tremendous. I will say that. He is consistently good in the ring, which is why he's honestly, it's been like that slow build. But he truthfully, I'll say it again, he truthfully has become one of my favorites to watch on this brand. Like whenever I see him march into the ring, I know I'm in for a slobber knocker. Absolutely. Storyline wise, this was fun because we did see Team Taz, excuse me, get involved here. And they are the ones that caused Bryan to lose this match. So, do I see this storyline continuing as far as problems between Team Taz and Brian Cage? Yeah. So what'll be funny is if it's him leaving Team Taz or they out of frustration because he lost kick him out. So let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think Brian is just going to straight up leave and then he gets, the beat down on the way out? Or are they going to kick him out? Let me know what you think in the chat. But great win. They both did a tremendous job. I will say that. They both did. But Adam Page, excuse me, comes out with a win here. We got an absolutely phenomenal AEW tag team title match here between the Young Bucks defending their titles against Mox and Kingston. This is one of the most fun tag team matches that I have seen. I'll say this year. And it's from some of my favorite people in this company. So it's really no surprise. Callis was on commentary. The Good Brothers then came down to interfere with this. Kaz, of all people, made a nice appearance and lit up the Good Brothers and chased them off. And was it Eddie Kingston clobbered Gallows outside? I believe that's how that went. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. So Kaz chases him off. The Young Bucks did retain here. I was I was rooting for Mox and Kingston, but I think I actually picked the Young Bucks to win. Let me quick look at my notes. No, I did pick the Young Bucks to win. Interesting. So far, I was 2 for 2 here. And then it was all downhill from there. No, I got a few more right. But Joey C's in the chat. What is up? Next, we had the Casino Battle Royal. And I will say this is probably one of the more fun battle royals that I've seen. And I do like this style of it. It's different, when you've got like everybody in the ring, it's just chaos and you really don't know where to look. If you layer it, send out a group at a time, it paces itself so much better. Honestly, I do like this. It's become one of my more favorite ways of watching a battle royal is when it's layered like this. They send out a card suit at a time. Terrence Sullivan, what's up? So, okay, so they pick a card from a special deck and they find out, when they're going to go out. So the clubs went out first, followed by the diamonds, then the hearts, then the spades, and then last but certainly not least, the Joker. Global War says, can you predict the future? What are the lotto numbers? I don't play the lotto, so there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to pick the numbers on that. But thank you for your confidence in me. That's hilarious. Love you, HD. So clubs was Christian, Seidel, Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, and Max Caster always with an entertaining rap coming out to the ring. Um, Di- Diamonds was Matt Hardy, number 10, Vance, Nick Camarado, Serpentico, and Isaiah Cassidy, which I didn't realize Isaiah Cassidy was actually one of the numbers until they actually listed him in the lower left hand part of the screen. They list all the names because I thought he just was accompanying Matt Hardy out there because it took both of those guys forever to get in the ring. The suit of hearts was the Varsity Blondes and Colt Cabana, and then I can't even read my own writing. My God. Bowens, and then Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr. looked amazing, by the way. He had like a lot of people had new gear, but he really stood out and his colors just popped. And I was like, wow, okay. Just seeing him look like $1,000,000 coming out there, he was automatically one of my picks to win. I don't think I picked a winner when I was doing predictions the other day. But he looked amazing. He's always one of my favorites to watch. And then last, but certainly not least, the Spades came out. Jungle Boy, Mark Quinn, Aaron Solo was replacing QT Marshall. I believe from what I heard. Evil Uno was out there, and then Lee Johnson. Now, the Joker got a lovely pop. He really did, and he did an amazing job until he was unfortunately eliminated. But it was Leo Rush is now elite, and so that was fun to see him debut, and he's been a part of MLW, but it was great to see him debut here as a part of like the return to fans and whatnot. So that was great to see. So man, he is going to tear it up with some people in this company. That's can't wait, man. Can't wait to see what else he does. But Jungle Boy and Christian are the final two in the ring, and Jungle Boy ends up winning this. And man, that crowd just erupted when Jungle Boy won, because he truly is one of the fan favorites as far as like homegrown stars in this company. He really is. I mean, he is the future of this company, along with guys like MJF, Sammy Guevara, guys like that. So really cool to see him get this opportunity. And apparently he's going to get this shot. They said when he's going to get it, is it in a week or 2 weeks? It's coming up quick. It's coming up really quick. Zach says he was let down. It was a letdown for him to be the surprise. Okay, so you're not the you're not the number one card carrying member of the Leo Rush fan club. I get it. I get it. I saw somewhere. I saw some headline. I was really trying to avoid spoilers, but also trying to keep up on any last minute things going on. I heard that there was some kind of like somebody leaked something, or somebody put something out there, something about Ryback put something out there, or somebody did something. I don't know. And I didn't even see what it was. I was just like, no, I don't want to know. So thought maybe there was a small chance it'd be Ryback, but I don't hear many. I don't follow him very closely. I don't see what he all puts out there. So, but I haven't heard too much positive lately. I keep hearing that he's saying that he's ready for a comeback, and I was like, well, this is a great opportunity in front of fans, but well, didn't happen. Didn't happen. So, Critical Sting, what's up? He said Daniel Bryan at Slammiversary confirmed. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Thank you, Critical Sting, for spoiling that. Yes. Love my audience. All right, so congratulations to Jungle Boy. I forget when that opportunity is. It's either in a week or 2 weeks. I forget when they said, but it's coming up quick, like I said. I'll get to that. I'll get to that, Matt. I'll get to that. Talking about Mark Henry. We'll get to that. All right. So next we get Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes. I tell you what, I really enjoyed this match. Cody Rhodes absolutely made Anthony Ogogo look like a star. I felt like this match was well paced. For this is what Anthony's third match or whatever. He's had like 2 other matches, something like that. I don't know. They are going to make him one of the biggest stars in this company. I firmly believe that. I really do. They're gonna build him like Jade Cargill, and other people that they have not put in a ton of matches in front of the fans' eyes like MJF. That's what they're gonna do with this guy. And I don't know if he's going to stay with the company and still do other things sports wise, because he was a boxer. He's an Olympic boxer or something. But I really enjoyed this, and I thought, I love Cody. I know a lot of people don't like Cody Rhodes. I still love Cody Rhodes. He's one of my favorites in this company. But I thought Anthony Ogogo, the way this match was paced, I thought he looked like $1 million. I really thought he did well for being a new wrestler in the last 2 years or whatever it's been. I think they said 18 months or something. I thought this was really well done. Am I going to say it was match of the night? No. But for what they wanted to accomplish with this, it had that big fight feel, kind of like, East versus West, like, Rocky versus the Russians, it's something similar to that effect. It felt like that because they've built Anthony Ogogo up to what can this guy do? He can hit you once and then you're done. You're just done. And Cody Rhodes told a good story in the ring too. I mean, he was just beat to hell, but he beat him. He beat Anthony Ogogo. I was a little surprised, but Cody beat him with a vertebreaker. And I can't wait to see what's next for Anthony Ogogo. What they're gonna build up to his next his next rivalry or whatever. But I really enjoyed what he did here. I thought it was well done. Next, we got the TNT title match. I love this match. probably one of the ones I was looking forward to the most, as far as two guys just an absolute slobber knocker. As far as like wrestling, um, you know, I was expecting a fight out of this one, and and that's what I got. Lance Archer and Miro just clobbering the shit out of each other. I knew this was going to be a lot of fun. I couldn't wait to see these two guys finally get their hands on each other in a big, for something big, for a title. So I really like this. Jake Roberts comes out with what looked like a snake in a bag, and then Miro just throwing it back down the tunnel from where Jake came. I mean, he didn't stomp on it or anything, but he threw it, which was a little shocking. Like, oh my god, what? Number one, what kind of snake was in the bag, and number two, did Miro kill the snake? I mean, I was. I was like, oh, and then he killed Jake Roberts. Just destroyed him. And Jake's still great at selling. Like, oh, he just he's just a hot mess at ringside. But Miro won here, defending his TNT title. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch of this one. These two could fight forever. I love this one. So, let's see. We get the announcement. We get two big show announcements during this pay-per-view. The first one, and I'll just talk about both because we got both. The first one was All Out in Chi-Town, September 5th. And that makes me think that the Milwaukee date is still on, because I believe it's in August. I gotta double check the date. But like I said, unfortunately, it's one that I already sold my tickets for, just because I didn't. Well, number one, I didn't think I'd be up for going, and number two, I didn't think it'd be happening. Period, because it's been postponed a few times. So that tells me that that's probably still happening. But so that's All Out, Chicago, September 5th, where champions are made. That was kind of interesting. I don't know if that's a tease for someone coming to the company or what. I'm not sure. Full Gear was then announced for November in St. Louis. So they're staying kind of in the Midwest. That's interesting. I'm not saying staying for all of them, but as far as like the pay-per-views, it's interesting. And I know you guys probably are curious on my opinion. So you know what? We'll just cut to the chase, and we'll talk about the announcement. We'll get back to the matches then. Tony Schiavone is in the ring talking about Rampage coming to TNT August 13th, and they said they got someone special on commentary to start this new show, similar to how they had the big show for Dark Elevation. And they announced the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. I was shocked. Well, I was shocked because I thought he was such a diehard like WWE guy, honestly. But I also know that he has been training hard for a comeback. That has been all over social media, from what I've heard. I've seen things here and there, about him dropping weight, getting back in ring shape, stuff like that. So Zach Bonifer says Urban Meyer. Who is Urban Meyer? Was that someone else that got announced for something that I missed? Who is that? Is Chicago next to Wisconsin? Yeah, Chicago's just a hop skipping away from Milwaukee. It's just south of the border. It's about an hour's drive, not even something like that. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what Mark Henry does in this company. I think I was a lot more excited for Big Show, but I do appreciate Mark Henry's stuff. I don't think I became a fan of Mark Henry until he really went on that solo run and then went after, like a big title. He had some championship, didn't he? It's really fuzzy to me, and I apologize. But I do like Mark Henry, and I can appreciate the fact that he wants to get back in the ring and that he's getting in really good shape. I can respect that. Hey, Violet, what's up? Jay Bone's going to Chi-Town. We'll see. We'll see. Would I like to? Sure, but we'll see. But I am excited to see Mark Henry and see what he does. So they got some time until that show debuts in August. So, but I'm sure he's going to be all over the promotional stuff. And hey, who knows what else he's going to do? I have not seen the press release yet. I'm sure there's going to be something that's already dropped that I just haven't seen on social media tonight. Or yeah, who knows? Who knows? Violet says try to get Trent to go with you. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. We'll see. Because he went to All In and he didn't have fun. So I don't know if he'd have fun in Chicago going to All Out. But we'll see. Maybe he'll become a diehard fan before then. Who knows? You never know. Mark Henry was a champion, but I think he could be a good trainer. Oh, they said analyst and coach. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, I have no doubt that he's going to try to get in the ring at some point. In fact, I kind of thought that that mystery person from the Casino Battle Royal was actually going to be the Big Show because they did say that he was going to be on commentary for it. So I was like, okay, he's going to stand up, he's going to rip the suit off, those tearaway suits, and then march to the ring and throw like 10 people out. That's what I thought honestly was going to happen. I didn't predict that, but in the back of my head, I was ready for that. That didn't happen though. Oh, Violet, you were joking. Oh, yeah, well, it'd be worth a try. It'd be worth a try. I'm sure it would still be fun to see him react to see Trent react to a live AEW show. All right, so that was the announcements and surprises. Back to the matches here. Where were we? Okay, yeah. So Miro beats Lance Archer. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday, Jake the Snake Roberts. It was his birthday. So he beats him up on his birthday. How nice. Damn you, Miro. Let's see. We got the AEW women's title. Man, the crowd was hot for this one. My goodness. And one thing I did write about the crowd here, split crowd. To me, from what I heard, it was a split crowd between Hikaru Shida fans and DMD, Britt Baker fans, because They both got great responses. They really did. I love this match. It was slow paced. They told a tremendous story in the ring because for a while it really seemed like uh, Hikaru Shida was going to retain. It really did, and I was ready for it. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Britt Baker, but the way that they've honored Hikaru Shida this past week, I felt like it was either getting ready for her to win in front of fans again for a big show like this, or I mean, there isn't a lot of gray here. You know, it's either that or pass the torch in front of a, start a new era. Kind of like what Britt Baker said. You know, um, but seriously, hats off and congrats to Hikaru Shida for really being a spotlight during a very dim time in this company and also a kind of a dim time for this division because they really struggled. They really did. They had to make some homemade stars like out of nowhere during this past calendar year. And I mean, it was a rough road, but they, I felt like they did a good job with it. They did what they could with it. You know, they built some new stars up to replace ones that kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately, because of the pandemic. The more international ones between the UK and Japan, so that hurt them. That hurt them bad. So um, but I was still happy when Britt won. You know, they it was a decisive win, even though Rebel got involved here and there. But that's heel stuff. So I wasn't like screaming mad about it like I'm sure some people were, but that's heel stuff. What are you gonna do? Um, but yeah, good, very good women's match because I've seen a few pay-per-view matches depending on who Hikaru Shida was facing, and it just didn't come off as well as this one. But this one I felt was really good. Um, then we got Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky versus Darby Allin and Sting, with Sting getting the win on this one, pinning Scorpio Sky. He just pinned that little Stinger fan and just crushed Scorpio Sky's dreams. This one was fun, though. This one was fun. And I loved the stuff that went on towards the end of the match between Darby Allin and Ethan Page, the way they were just, gouging each other's eyes out and doing a slap fest. This was this match had a great pace, told a good story in the ring, and I hope it continues because I want to see more of Darby Allin versus Ethan Page. These two could fight forever, in my opinion, because I've loved that rivalry for the last 4 years and have waited for it to hit this level again. And I think they could do so much more, without their components, without Sting, without Scorpio Sky. Not a knock to them. I just want to see, I want to see everything. I want to see the steel cage match. I want to see a stadium stampede just between these two. I want to see a blood and guts match. I want to see it all between these two. That's just me. Yeah, Violet, I think Sky loved being pinned by his idol. No, I thoroughly believe that too. Um, I'll compare this to back when the Shield was around and Jake the Snake Roberts put the snake and laid it right on top of Dean Ambrose and Dean Ambrose just laid there with a smiling smirk on his face. Like, doesn't get any better than this, you know? I'll compare it to that. But yeah, a lot of fun. Sting got all the pops, got some of the biggest pops of the night during this match, just because it's like, yeah, you still got it, and all those great chants. Good stuff. He even did a diving crossbody off the stack of the chips next to the stage there. Between the ramp, entrance ramp, and the fans. Crazy. You know, pulled off all of his signature moves well. I will add that. So, yeah, absolutely, Joey Z. He was a badass tonight. Absolutely. So, but since Sting and Darby Allin get the win here, and we get the AEW World Title match between Pac, Orange Cassidy, and Kenny Omega. Callis on commentary through a majority of this. But man, if this match didn't make you feel like we were getting another champion, you'd be lying to yourself. There were points in this match where I seriously thought we were either getting Pac or Orange Cassidy, because this crowd was so ready for it. They really were. In the way the crowd was erupting when it was close, this match took this audience, including myself, on one of the biggest roller coaster rides of the year so far. You know, big highs, big spots, emotional moments, and then just completely, I mean, the way when Kenny won, you could have heard a pin drop. If you didn't have the exit, the entrance music, if you didn't have Kenny's music playing, you could have heard a damn pin drop in that arena. Or rather, in that amphitheater. That crowd deflated. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because usually you hear boos, but there was just nothing. I mean, I'd go back and watch it again, but I was waiting for all the boos, and I didn't hear anything. No, HD, you're hearing rumors that Impact has, I mean, from my knowledge, Impact hasn't said anything publicly about what's going on with Don Callis. And they're letting a lot of it play out on TV. So whatever you're hearing or reading online, take it with a grain of salt, because, I mean, with the exception of his name not on the website apparently anymore, I haven't seen this, but apparently it's not next to Scott D'Amore's anymore. Just take it with a grain of salt. I mean, he's still on TV, so can't be that bad. So it could be the biggest work in Impact Wrestling history. Who knows? I'm really choosing just to ignore it, just follow what I'm seeing on TV, because that's much more entertaining in my opinion, rather than hear a bunch of people guess shit on the internet. Don't read the internets. Unless it's like official press releases or results and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this was probably one of the best three-way matches I've seen. I know some people out there don't like three-way matches just because of what can happen, during them. And but this match is this match was a perfect example of that. You never know when somebody's going to come in out of nowhere and spoil something when you think someone else is going to get the win or the pin or whatever. But this was a lot of fun. I did enjoy this because like I said, I was so ready for Orange Cassidy or Pac to win. Who did I pick here? Did I pick Omega? I actually did pick Omega. I picked Omega, but I was ready for either one of these other guys to win. I still think Pac and or Orange Cassidy are going to be champions someday. I'd rather Pac than Orange Cassidy, but I've become a bigger Orange Cassidy fan, especially with matches like this, where he can prove what he can do in the ring. I mean, I get the gimmick, the hands in the pocket and the shades, and you're just cool, and you could do all this the lazy gimmick. I get it. It's fun. It's fun. I can take it in doses. Do I want to see him on my TV all the time doing that? No. That's why when he did as much as he did in this match, I appreciated him a lot more because you see the true wrestling talent come out. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'd rather see Pac than Orange Cassidy someday. But Kenny Omega wins this one. Then on to last but certainly not least, the Stadium Stampede. And this was interesting because this one went all over the place. And everybody got their shots in. Wardlow and Chris Hager told their own story in the back, which was a lot of fun, between Wardlow spearing Chris Hager through a wall, or Chris Hager, spearing Hager through a wall, Jack Hager. Did I say Chris Hager? Jeez Louise, I'm thinking Chris Jericho. Spearing Hager through a wall, and then Hager coming back and power bombing. Thank you, Violet. Jake. It didn't sound right. It's Jake Hager. Power bombing Wardlow through whatever constructed shelving wooden contraption that was. It was just kind of a little bit of everything. It looked like some steel, some plastic, some wooden stuff. But Wardlow went through it nonetheless. Jericho and MJF went all over the place. At the end, MJF was a bloody mess. Even to the point that Chris Jericho got his brace taken off. Tag team action, the fight between FTR with Tully versus Santana Ortiz, and a surprise appearance from House DJ Conan. Oh my God. That was fun. And then he even stopped Tully from getting in the action. So that was fun. So do I think Conan's going to stick around? No, I think this was a special appearance. But yeah, I absolutely, yeah, me too, Violet. I popped for Conan because I love what Conan did with LAX when Santana Ortiz were in Impact Wrestling. They told some great stories, whether it was just extreme violence or the promo work or whatever. Conan always got a pop from me and from the audience too, So we'll see. Maybe he'll stick around. I'd like it. It made me think that he was there because that told me that even more that Pinnacle was going to win. And then if Inner Circle breaks up, Conan stays with Inner Circle. Or Santana and Ortiz, excuse me. But then Guevara And Shawn Spears ended up wrapping it up in the ring in front of the audience. I mean, everybody came down to the ring from the inner circle at the end, but I was a little surprised how it ended, but I was okay with it because it really put over two guys from both groups that maybe don't get enough shine in front of the TV. Um, Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears told a fun story between the backstage stuff, the way it was set up, especially when Shawn Spears was in that big room surrounded by racks and racks and racks of chairs. I thought that was a really cool visual. I enjoyed that. And certainly gave him some shine. Um, and the way the crowd has been reacting to Sammy Guevara lately, they are absolutely ready for something big to happen with Sammy Guevara. They love Sammy, and he's one of my favorites in this company. You know, barring all the controversial stuff that's happened within the last year between the Impact stuff and then there was some other stuff during the last summer that stuff that happened to him. Um, but he rose above everything. You know, he took his licks and came out on top, in my opinion. So to see him and Shawn Spears end this, I thought was pretty cool. I would have preferred. I would have. Well, here's that word again. I would have assumed that it would have been MJF and Chris Jericho ending it, but they changed it up. It was a little different. But everybody got the shine in this match. Everybody got their asses handed to them. I liked it. I liked it. And then with Inner Circle coming down to the ring at the end of the match, celebrating in front of fans with the fire going off. I can't wait to see like the slow-mo visual from this when they set up something in the future. I can't wait to see it. Or if somebody took a picture at ringside with the fire behind them and them celebrating, you know, in front of the fans, that's going to look like $1,000,000. I can't wait to see that. So yeah, I mean, it was very different from the last one, but it was also very good in my opinion. Because like I said, everybody got their shit in. You know, everybody shined. No matter whether it was the tag team stuff or the individual stuff, and everybody was all over the place. And then it ended in front of the fans, which was appropriate. It wasn't, I mean, because if it was all on the screen in front of the fans' eyes, that really would have ended on a dud. You had to end it in front of the fans for the fans, because that's why this is for the fans. It's a welcoming back for the fans, and I had goosebumps on and off all night. It took me about halfway through the crowd or halfway through the pay-per-view, excuse me, to actually get used to hearing that crowd and seeing them in the background. It was, I'll say, it was distracting, but in a good way. Like, oh my God, look at all the fans. It's wild how much I got goosebumps talking about it. How much it affects just everything. You know, a response of a crowd to an entrance, a pop from a move, how much it can make or break a pay-per-view. But I will say this brand has done well with what they were given, with what they had to work with during this pandemic. Do I wish a company like Impact Wrestling could have done the same thing? Absolutely. You know, I would have loved to seen them shoot their stuff in front of, you know, a smaller crowd someplace, you know, like similar to say like, you know, back in the the TNA pay-per-view days, you know, in a smaller place like that, maybe. But they did what they felt they had to do for their people in their company, which is fine. Which is fine. Daly's Place was a great place to present what they had in front of fans when they were letting fans back in, and it still felt like a big show because of the big backdrop and stage and everything. So that was cool. And they're only going to be there for like another month and a half, 2 months, and then they're going to hit the road. So that's good to see. That's good to see. It'll be really interesting to see crowds when they, you know, get on the road in front of different audiences and cities around the country, and hopefully within the next calendar year go international, hit the UK and other places. That'll be great. But we still got a long ways to go with this pandemic. We're not out of the woods yet. It's getting better. Places are opening up, but we're not done fighting this. So, but overall, very good show. Loved it. Well worth the $50 I paid for it, I will say. You know, some people say, oh, well, I paid this amount of money and it wasn't worth that. It was worth this. I felt I got my money's worth. This was just having the crowd back it felt different, you know. Felt like, you know, not that the shows we were getting weren't real shows, but it just it just felt good to have that dose of normal back for wrestling fans, you know. And you could just the looks on the fans' faces. The looks on the fans' faces is so, you know, the smiles for miles, you know. It really was. Critical things comment here. By the way, Moose sold a lot of people's tickets. Yeah. There were some people. Well, I know Bill was down there. Bill from TNI, front row Bill. He wasn't in the front row, but he was down there. He was. Now, I didn't see him on camera. He could probably let me know by, you know, showing a picture of the audience behind where the ring was, where he was, because they showed that part of the audience all night long, you know. So but yeah, I know he was absolutely waiting for Moose to show up. And it's, you know, when you put together what's been going on in Impact Wrestling, it makes sense, you know. And he even said he was going to be in Jacksonville. So, did he show up tonight? No. Was he the Joker part of the Battle Royal? No. Could it still happen? Sure. But am I going to hold my breath waiting for it? No, because that whole thing has been played out on Impact Wrestling television. And it's been more the deal with Kenny Omega than anything. I mean, there's been some other stuff going on, but it's been pretty limited, with the exception of Matt Hardy. You know, Impact, old Impact TNA fans popping for Matt Hardy, along with Cassidy and Quen. The damn, you don't see him for a while and you forget the damn name. Someone will put it in the comments, but you know, they've been calling it something different lately, anyways. The House of Hardy or whatever they're calling Hardy front office, whatever. I don't know. Matt Hardy's squad. Yeah, there you go. So, Private Party. Thank you, Violet. Damn. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I know I always say that, but it's true. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of the show overall. I thought it was a great, well-rounded show. This one just made me happy. You know, definitely one of the highlights of this weekend. I did not grill today. I will be grilling tomorrow, and grill some chicken, grill some brats, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, maybe do a little yard work. It'll be a good holiday. So, but yeah, I loved it. Let me know in the comments. So that's going to do it for this one. Look at that. We're keeping it under an hour. Beautiful. On this late Memorial Day weekend evening. So hope you all have a good Memorial Day weekend. And for anybody international, hope you just had a great weekend. And thanks for watching on your way out. You know what to do. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. The merch link is in the description. You can check that out along with all the socials, the face spotch, the Twitter box, and the Instaneck. And for your bone on the go, the audio portion of this podcast is on anchor.fm/smash this podcast. Much love, everyone. We'll see you guys soon. I have no clue what I'm doing this week. We're just going to kind of make it up as we go along. I try to keep a schedule, but lately that's been damn near impossible. But I'm so glad I've been able to at least cover this. This one was a lot of fun, even if I didn't do a watch along. I was able to watch it, and just had a blast sharing my thoughts with you. Take care. Mwah. Good night, folks.